Hello and welcome back to Death for All, and we're actually in Botanian lands, so we're obviously going to be seeing some very different scenery going forward, because of course, usually we are graced with the wonders of the dunes, and for me personally, I actually prefer the dunes. I like fighting there much more than fighting in... Woohoo, okay, that was a bit damaging. Yeah, I like fighting there much more than fighting in the fields and the forests and things like that, even though that is always nice for a bit of a change. But I personally like the dunes a whole bunch more. It just feels much more picturesque, and it actually feels a lot more... not entirely sure, a lot more practically good as well, because you actually do have some pretty nice lines of sight. You're not really going to get stopped by any trees. I think that's that's probably the secret, to be honest, for me. Because generally, I am someone that likes to run into trees randomly. And yeah, that's always been one of my curses in Mountain Blade. No matter what I do, I always manage to run into a tree or two or three, in some cases, and get myself killed as a result. But yeah, we can only hope that maybe considering this battlefield seems actually pretty decent so far. We're not actually having any... Well, there's one tree over there, but you can best bet that that tree would certainly be something I would run into if I had the opportunity. Yes, it would. It would absolutely happen. But let's not jinx ourselves right now. Thankfully, these bushes and various other shrubs on the floor here, they're not actually... well, collidable. We can't collide into them, at least. Okay, so there you go. We were able to achieve... Oh, what? Oh my! Okay, wow. That is something that I would not have expected in a million years. Not going to be taking any prisoners, by the way. Going to be leveling up all of our troops here. Okay, so we literally had the enemy vassal die in combat. Really surprised to see that, actually. Very surprised, because I was thinking to myself, okay, we're gonna go in here, just do some random fight to begin the episode, just so that we, you know, get a good idea as to what's going on here, because obviously, you know, I'm fighting the Botanians, and we're also, by the way, at war against the Vlandians as well, and I would like to be able to do some damage to them too. All right, so the Botanians are making peace with us for 170. I'm not sure why. Yeah. I'm not a big fan. Not a big fan of that. I think that's a huge waste of potential. I mean, I could have voted against it, I suppose, but oh well. Whatever the case, I actually waited to spec my charm skill point here just so that you could see it as well. And you can see we're now going to be gaining +1 influence for every skill point above 200, and that means we get +1 influence. Really? 70? Wait a minute. We're not going to be getting 75. Right? We're not going to get 75 influence. It says per day. 1 influence per day for every skill point above 200 charm skill. There's no way it's going to give me 75 influence, right? No. See, it's giving me 5. What? Wait a minute. That tooltip is wrong, right? Is it just me? That tooltip is so completely wrong, because literally 1 influence per day for every skill point above 200. That means for every single skill point, which in this case is 75, I should be gaining influence. Yeah, that's not right. So yeah, the tooltip is wrong, as you can see, because Immortal Charm is giving me 5, which is weird in itself. I'm not entirely sure why it's giving me 5, but there you have it. There you have it. Yes, wonderful. All right, so first of all, what we want to do is I actually want to take a quick look at our surgeon here, because we know that he may have a skill that prevents enemies. Yes, as you can see. Your medicine skill also applies to enemy casualties, increasing potential prisoners. So we are very quickly going to go into the arena here, and we're going to, you know, be respecking. We've obviously done this multiple times before in the past, and it's going to be cool to find out how it works with companions, because this is actually the first time we're respecking a companion in comparison to myself. So let's have a look here. Okay. Yeah, this is for the surgeon fellow. What is it again? It's intelligence, right? I think it is intelligence. Yeah, there we go. Medicine. Wonderful. It's only 4,000. That's actually a very, very cheap amount. And if we go straight into the menu here before he has a chance to do it himself, we're going to probably go for, I'm actually not entirely sure. Probably self-medication. Walk it off is always good in my opinion. And we're going to be taking sledges instead of Doctor's Oath, of course. Plus 15% healing rate. Yeah, I will go for plus 15% healing rate because this is just so much better than the other thing. And now he is amazing. And now he's going to be giving us so much benefit. Absolutely so much benefit. Really, really useful. All right, so let's just sell a couple of extra things here. And then we're going to be going to battle against the Vlandians. Because they are... oh, wait a minute. There's a castle here. Should we try to take this castle? I'm not entirely sure why this castle is here, to be fair. I was actually thinking to myself, I'd have to, well, travel for a pretty significant amount of time. But no, apparently not. There's actually a lot of people here, surprisingly. Look at that. There's 191 in the garrison. They must have had control of this for quite some time. I'm actually surprised that this guy is even able to escape us. Or at the very least, you know, I mean, we're riding at 4.8. He's riding at what? Oh, I don't know. Well, he's obviously a lot slower than us now. Anyway, we're just going to very quickly fight this fellow. Obviously, we need to... that's the thing. If we want to eliminate minor factions without executing them, we're going to need to get them all into the battle at the same time. Because if we can do that, then they're obviously going to have their, you know, infinite regenerating, you know, abilities be disabled. Because, of course, you know, if they're all there, then they can't stay alive, basically. Anyway, hopefully, now that we don't have Doctor's Oath, it's going to make things just that much easier for us to eliminate enemy vassals. And that's the thing, I don't actually need money or anything like that, really. I mean, you know, maybe later on I might need money, but I'm not going to be making money primarily from prisoners. So it basically makes no sense at all for me to keep Doctor's Oath intact. It is very good for things like the manual labor quest and things like that. Oh yeah, by the way, I did do some town management in my off-screen time. So basically what I did was I fixed up the various villages in the area. So I basically did the tasks that they had available. One was a manual labor request. That's the reason why I got reminded about that, because I was talking about it anyway. And yeah, so one was a manual labor request. Very easy, actually, because I had a massive amount of mountain bandits in the area. I was able to defeat quite a few of them, and they had relatively large parties, around 20 to 30 each. So super easy to get the required amount. I actually needed around 35 prisoners for the manual labor request, so that was a bit of a pain. But then after completing that, I was able to gain a brigand quest, and the brigand quest, obviously super simple. Once again, there was a hideout nearby, and initially I actually did just go and attack some mountain bandits just randomly in the area. And then I got to 3 out of 7 because I needed 7 brigand parties, and amusingly enough. And then I went into the hideout, and we actually had very good success there. We were able to eliminate four parties in the hideout, and that basically just instantly completed the task. And then, amusingly enough, the other village, the one that I had just come from, because these are 2 different villages that I'm working with right here. And then the other village, the first one that I'd already worked with, had the manual labor request again from a different NPC. Very, very funny, aren't they? Yes, they are very amusing. All right, so we're just going to go for another point in leadership here, considering I'm actually still leading an army, amusingly enough. And yeah, actually, let me just see 1 second. What am I... Oh yeah, I wanted to check Immortal Charm. Yeah, it's still literally just giving me 5. It's still just giving me 5. So I don't know. I assume the tooltip is wrong. That's all I can say. I assume the tooltip is wrong, because otherwise it would be, you know, it would be a lot, well, better. And it's actually quite funny, personally for me, because I'm thinking to myself, why would you even bother trying to get to 275 in charm just for an increase of 5? I don't know. It doesn't really make that much sense to me, but well. Maybe it's going to get changed at some point in the future, but that tooltip is definitely wrong, because otherwise it should be giving you 75, at least in my opinion. Otherwise, we're just going to go straight on in here. We're not going to build any kind of siege engines, because these guys actually have some catapults, and we really don't want to deal with the catapults. Although, to be fair, if they have low walls, as someone actually said in the comments, that the low walls were the main reason why we were having so many casualties in one of our previous sieges, because the low wall allowed the catapult to have so much higher uptime for destroying our forces. And I gotta say, I am so pleased that you let me know about that, because I was just, I had the fear struck into me by that catapult and the amount of devastation that it brought upon our forces. I was thinking to myself, what? How are they capable of doing this? This surely must be illegal in some way. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, I'm actually gonna die here if I don't get off the ladder, because this guy is apparently making things very difficult for me. So I'm just gonna kill him. This guy is also doing some damage, so let's take him out. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, these guys are actually proving themselves to be very difficult and annoying. There we go. Nice little headshot right there. Nice little neck shot. Okay, I'm gonna get shot myself. Just trying to do a little bit of a strafing dance here, because some of these guys are actually focusing me, as you might expect. I mean, they should be focusing me, to be honest. I'm the only one really firing at them, of course. Okay, here we go. Thankfully, my medicine skill is actually still working for us, or at least it should be, right? It should still be working for us, and it's not even that much, to be honest. We only have what is it, 110 or something, so not very good. But hopefully, we're going to be able to level it up in due time. He only has 3 focus points in it after all as well, so that is a little bit unfortunate. Okay, so it seems like my forces are now getting inside the battlements. Very nice indeed. Let's just speed this up a little bit, and then I can maybe use my polearm somewhat. Clear out some of the enemies. I actually really love this polearm, as I say. I don't know why, but it's just such a wonderfully usable one, you know? So incredibly usable. And otherwise, apart from that, we've now captured this castle, but that's the thing. I really do not want this. This is not one of those times where I'm going to say, oh yes, we should definitely take ownership of this castle. No. I mean, generally, most of the time, I'm actually adverse to being given a fief. Not really something I'm looking forward to in Bannerlord, at least. It's actually kind of weird. Because normally, if you were playing Warband and you were, I don't know, let's say you're playing a mod, I don't know, very recently I'm playing Purisno, of course, and I just got a fief very recently, and I was like, okay, what can I do with this thing? And a bunch of people were really helpful in the comments, basically letting me know what I can do with it. And yeah, they've actually implemented some super cool features and implementations. Really fun to utilize it, because you can obviously buy land, right? You can obviously buy land in Purisno and various other mods that incorporate that submod. And it's actually amazing, because over time, every single week, you gain money, assets, and things like that in those various towns. And without a fief, you would actually need to go to these places individually and head in to the menu there and to retrieve your funds. And I'm actually going to go for, I think, Vigor here instead of Control. I think Vigor is probably going to be a little bit more useful, because well, that's the thing. I'm not sure. Is it actually going to be useful? Because bow skill is fantastic if you can level it up, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, now we'll go for Vigor. We'll go for Vigor for the moment. And then we'll see what else we can do here. Minus 10% damage taken from projectiles. That sounds pretty good. Let's take that. There we have it. Yeah, anyway. So as I was talking about, the land owners and things, you can just, go there and pick up your money every single week. And obviously your profit is dependent on how much land you own. But now here's the thing. When you own a fief, you get the opportunity to appoint your very own NPC nobleman fellow, and he will take care of various things in regards to your estate for you. And it doesn't matter whether you have a castle or a village or whatever, it's going to do that. And the wonderful thing that I'm talking about here is that you are literally able to speak to this guy, and then you can say, can you please collect all of my assets throughout the land? And immediately he's going to do that, and then he'll give you the profits from all of your land. And obviously in a large map, and I'm talking about, this is a pretty large map right here. Look at this. Look at how large this map is. And you can imagine that if I owned land in every single one of these towns, it would be an absolute headache to go to every single one of them and, you know, interact, unless you're a trading character or something along those lines. But it is amazing to see that. And that's the kind of thing that brings me back to the whole, what kind of fief is actually going to be profitable for you? Because I'm talking about, you know, obviously if you look at Bannerlord here and you see my town here, you know, my town is actually not doing too badly, and I actually also own a castle, surprisingly enough. I should probably give that castle away, all things considered. Because, yeah, I'm actually paying 600 gold in garrison party expenses at the castle. So I'm thinking I'm actually going to give that away right now. I don't see a real reason to keep it, so let's do that. Yeah, let's give the kingdom back. Well, give the kingdom back. No, give the fief back. And we're going to just vote for Wara here because I'd like to get some relation with her clan, if at all possible, because everyone else is relatively high. As you can see, they're all above 90. So I'm pretty happy to do that. And we're going to continue onward into Vlandian territory. But yeah, that's what I mean. In Bannerlord, I'm not really wanting a fief, which is funny because in Warband, you know, if you're playing something like Parisno or Pendor or any of those total conversions, you're most likely going to want a fief, just because it provides you with so much extra functionality, I guess, is the term that I'm looking for right there. So yeah, because obviously that functionality of collecting all the land rents is going to make a huge difference to the overall, you know, quality of life that you have within the game. And in Bannerlord's case, what does it actually do, giving you a fief? What does it actually give you? Because apart from giving you a garrison, what does it give you? I'm not sure. Is there something that I'm missing from that? Because I think it just gives you a garrison, right? I think all it does is give you the ability to garrison units in there. And obviously it does give you some cash. But for me personally, most of the time, I don't actually get a profit from my fiefs because I'm obviously not looking after them as well as I could. And that's the funny thing. Obviously, if you put the time in and you actually do, you know, like I did off screen, you know, if you do some of the tasks for the villages and you try to make it so that all of the notables in the town itself are happy with you, then your prosperity is inevitably going to go up. But of course, there's a bunch of different stats in regards to that as well, and sometimes the stats are a little bit tedious to work with. But I'm talking about quality of life improvements. What does it actually give you, having a town or having a fief in general, apart from money and, well, the ability to garrison things, I suppose, in the case of a town, that is. Okay, am I going to die? Oh, no. Don't die now. Don't die now. I'm going to actually get out my shield real quick, because maybe my forces are actually going to get in here before my shield gets destroyed. Oh. What? Are you serious? I have no... Okay, I had no idea that this was actually a thing. How did I jump through that? Okay, that's kind of weird. Can I crouch? Well, I can, but I can't. Can I not get out of here now? Okay, well, that's new. That is very, very new. I can actually poke this guy from here. Can I? No, I cannot. Okay, that's weird. Okay, that's very strange. Yeah, okay, well, I'm done. I can't actually do anything here. I can technically use the super speed mod to get out of here if I want to, but I think I'm unable to get out otherwise. I don't think there is a way for me to get out otherwise. So that is a bit of an oversight potentially there. Can I actually use this to get out? No. Actually not. Actually not. Okay, I thought to myself I would be able to use the super speed mod to get out, because sometimes you can phase through the wall because you're traveling so fast, technically, and your momentum can sometimes take you through environment. But that's obviously not the case any further for some reason. I don't know why that is, but yeah, anyway. That is a very strange thing that has never happened to me before, but yeah, I got stuck. I absolutely got stuck. Okay, so there you go. We did end up losing quite a few units, but you know, that's a siege for you. You know, that's a siege. That's exactly what happens in sieges. And we're just going to move on here. Not going to take any more prisoners. And there we have it. Okay, so we've actually taken the castle. Obviously, this is great because now what we can do is we can potentially just wait here, and then maybe someone's going to come along and they'll maybe try to raid it or something like that. Maybe try to, you know, recapture it. And that's kind of what we want, because if they try to recapture it, then we're going to have a much easier time of tackling them, because then I don't have to go off chasing them, and they'll come to me, hopefully. But the more times that we can do this kind of thing, the easier it's going to be to kind of corner the Vlandians in many different situations, because then we don't have to worry about them, you know, spreading their influence into these areas. And yes, I am wholeheartedly expecting the Sturgians or yeah, probably the Northern Empire. Probably the Northern Empire. They're going to do something. I am wholeheartedly expecting them to, you know, declare war against us, and then they'll probably try to capture these castles. Because let's face it, I'm not actually doing too much to defend. And speaking of defending, haha, I see Aldrich is getting his army ready to attack us. I am almost 100% certain he's going to do something here. So let me actually just wait here for some time. Just get all my forces back on their feet. I think they actually are already done. Technically, I could put all of these Battanian troops in the garrison, which I might want to do. I'm not sure. Should I do it? I guess. Let's just put a bunch of people in there. I mean, these guys are... They're fine, right? I mean, these guys are actually really good. So I'm going to just keep some of these. And that's pretty much it. I want to try to keep Azurai units as much as I possibly can. But if in the moment I need some little bits of reinforcements, then I'm probably going to make a bit of an exception potentially. All right, so here we go. Aldrich is coming. He has 631. I'm not looking forward to this, to be honest. Okay, Bruce has actually advanced in level, surprisingly enough. That's actually something that I wanted to mention as well. I think what we're going to do is once our first grandchild reaches the age of 3, we're going to age them up, because that's what we decided in the beginning of the series, where a child gets to age 3, and then we're going to age them up to adult. And then what I'm going to do from there is I'm going to make it so that we have Bruce and his spouse in our party. So we are all at risk, okay? We're all at massive risk of being killed. But the one heir, the grandchild who has then been, you know, leveled up, that is then going to be our one lifeline to be able to, you know, survive and continue playing in the game. Because obviously, let's face it, it's highly unlikely. Oh, look at this. Wow, they got pregnant at the same time. That's hilarious. Okay, wow. Okay, that's funny. Anyway, yeah, so that's my preliminary plan. Because I'm thinking, well, that seems like a pretty decent idea, you know, having a little bit of a backup, make sure that we're, you know, going to have some people ready, you know, waiting in the wings, just in case we all take a massive... Oh, are you serious right now? I'm going to have to ambush before this guy comes in. Yeah, I'm going to have to ambush before this guy comes out. This is really bad. 1,300 units. Never in a million years will we be able to do anything against that. Okay, so let's actually have a look here. How does this actually work? I've never actually done an ambush. This is a new feature as far as I'm aware. So this is very interesting. Okay, so we're going to have to destroy their... Ow! Okay, that really hurt. Yeah, that really hurt. Okay, yeah, so we have to destroy their siege engines. Not sure how much damage I'm actually able to do against them. So yeah, I should probably be a little bit careful here as well, because I really don't want to die. So I'm just going to shoot them in the back. Your captains are ordering a tactical retreat. Why? Pull back now or take command. No, come on. Charge, 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 charge. What are you doing, sirs? What are you doing? Really? Come on, guys. Literally, we're winning this. Massively, in actual fact. The AI is so weird sometimes. I really have no idea. I have no idea why they would decide to retreat. Because, I mean, literally, this is such an easy victory for us. I'm going to have to do something about this, actually. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to... I guess what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to sally out and then potentially attack the 600 and then leave the castle before the 1300 appear at the gates. And that is literally the only thing we can really do. But there you go. We have achieved victory. That was actually a pretty fun little thing that you can do now. All right, so wait a minute. What? Are you serious right now? That I can't participate in the siege just because I have the... Okay. Oh, we won? What? Okay. How did we win? I 100% thought we were dead. I really thought we were going to get taken prisoner. I mean, there's nothing to do about it. I mean, literally, look. They had 600 units. They had the overall advantage massively. And, wow, okay. Very surprised. This is the king. Oh, that's hilarious. Aldrich is actually the king because Durthart is obviously dead. So there's that. I'm actually going to just get rid of these prisoners. I'm actually going to get rid of all the prisoners because... I want to get out of here. I want to leave here as soon as possible. And we're just going to equip our people with some new things. Equip me with new things as well. And there we go. All right. So we can now leave the gates. And no, not over that way, please. Oh, are you serious? Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's... I'm not sure why Pelisor wants to go this way instead of this way, but okay. Anyway, we're going to have to leave the castle, unfortunately. I mean, there's not much I can do about that. Otherwise, I'm very, very happy that we were able to avoid getting ourselves taken prisoner. Because as I say, I was wholeheartedly assuming that that was going to be our fate waiting at the castle there. I really thought, hey, you know what? This is it. We're done. Because I couldn't go into the siege myself. If I had been able to go into the siege myself, I think I probably would have been able to achieve victory with minimal well, not minimal casualties, but relatively few casualties in comparison to what we had. But an auto-resolve that actually gave us the victory when we ourselves had, well, the disadvantage. There's nothing else to say. You can't mince words about it. We had a very surefire disadvantage in that situation. And all of a sudden, I was able to achieve victory with an auto-resolve. I don't get it. That was so weird. That was really, really weird because I never would have expected that at all. Every single time, and I'm talking every single time, in this game and in Warband, no matter what I do, whenever it is literally an auto-resolve and we have the disadvantage in terms of numbers or in terms of combat strength, I have always lost. Almost every single time. I think actually probably every single time, guaranteed, is a loss. I'm not entirely sure whether that's ever been proved the other way around. So, wow. I gotta say, that's extremely surprising. Anyway, after that very close call right there, they are gonna, of course, take these things back, which is sad, but... well, I can't really do much about that when I am the only person doing something there. I will probably call for a much larger army next time as well, and I'll try to build my army back up as well. So we're going to have to go and, you know, recruit some people and so on and so forth, do all that wonderful stuff once again. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.